All right, hi, I'm Avery Miller, and today I will be reviewing Ray Bradbury's Fahrenheit 451. So, I did read this before The Perks of Being a Wallflower, but I will say that while I liked it, I didn't like it as much, so I didn't want to I did like it. Don't get me wrong. I really liked it. Um it was a slow burn, no pun intended, but also, you know what? It works. So, I really liked the ideas of it. And I think I liked the premise more than I liked the actual build up because something about it, like, I liked hearing his thoughts the whole time because I think that that was really important to, like, actually understand, like, the way that everyone thought, but it seemed like he never really had the same thoughts as everyone else. But maybe that was because I don't know. I guess that's kind of the point because he broke away from that as soon as he met the girl that he would meet every day, and then she died. But he kept thinking about that and kept thinking, straying away more and more from the pact. And also, one thing I really got, I hated the wife. The wife is the worst person to ever exist. She just watches TV all day, and then he exposes like this huge thing of knowledge, like, oh wow, everyone, like, let's see what these books are about. I have 24 hours to actually read these to you. And you know what it does? Nothing for her because she'd rather not feel. And I that made me so angry. All of these things in this book, I feel like, predicted so many things in the future. This was written, I was shocked to know how long ago this was. It was like 50 years ago, I believe. And that, like, even the thought of, like, Bluetooth, like, they call it like a little bullet that you would put in your ear. How did he even think of that before? I don't know. And, like, the wall TVs, which are, like, I mean, eventually we'll all probably have a wall TV, which is scary to think about. But I mean, nowadays we have flat screen TVs, which are huge. Like, and it's kind of the same concept that people want to see a headline. They want to be, like, everything simplified. And it's crazy because I don't see as many people reading anymore, and I see more people reading, like, headlines of articles. They will send it to me based on just the article title, and I'll read it, and I'm like, did you read it? Like, I'll bring up another point. They're like, oh, I didn't get that far. You're the one that sent it to me. You should have read it all the way through. It's become to the point where we're just trying to absorb as much knowledge as possible, but at the same time be naive to what's actually going around in the world, which is, like, because we all want to, in the end, we all want to be happy. We all want to be happy. So, like, pretending like it's not there and not paying attention to it is easier than actually reading about it and educating yourself about it and reading about topics like that. And I don't want to go too political on this because I could, but this is very relevant to today's society, and it really struck, like, like, with almost every part. I was like, oh, I just was constantly making parallels between the real world and, like, the world that Ray Bradbury was able to create. And the one thing I really liked was at the end of mine. I don't know if this is every copy, but he had an afterword where he talked about a play and other. I think maybe he talked about a movie, but he was saying that they brought more, they pulled more from his source and went off with the characters and made up a little bit. And he said that he loved that. He didn't like say, oh, it wasn't, like, accurate to the source. He said, no, I loved it, and if I could, I would rewrite it. But I mean, he said, I love his words. He said that he didn't want to take away from a young author, which, I mean, it's him, but I thought that that was really cool that he was, like, looking back and he's like, I did something good and I'm happy with it. But overall, I really liked this book because it is so relevant. I just think that, I don't know. I don't want to say that I would have written it differently because I couldn't have written it this good. But overall, it was a really good read, and I think that everyone should have to read it. So definitely a future classroom edition for sure.